We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. That this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona, coming to you from sunny southern Arizona inside the Ironwood Forest National Monument. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for all my subscribers and members that will be watching this later on. Appreciate everyone being here. So let's see who we have here. Service was here first in this morning. Thanks for being here. Talca Detector popped in to say hello from Chile. First member in the house, Jolly Matilda. Good morning, Tracy. And she says she's driving, so don't run into anybody, Tracy. Pay attention to the road. Who else is here? We have Naj. Good morning, Naj. Thank you very much for being here. Another person driving. Thank you very much for driving and listening. There's another member, Gracie and Jacques Adventures. Good morning, just waking up and I'll be listening. Give Jacques a little pet and a hug for us. Ava Potterfield is here. Good morning, Ava. Good to have you. Watching Ava's live this morning. She goes live at 6 o'clock Pacific time. Always a good live stream in the mornings with friends there, sipping on some coffee and seeing what everybody's up to. Thank you very much. I enjoy flying that drone. It's a lot of fun. Steve and Tina Jewell are here. Good morning from Canada. They do a live stream every Sunday. It was a little bit late yesterday, but I did make it in. Catherine Cook is here. Good morning, Catherine. She just woke up too. Good to have you. RG Homestead is here. Good morning. RG, we have some deer showing up at the water hole down here where we live, which is now that it's drying out and the rain that hasn't been here for about a month. Now the deer are coming in for water. So I have a game camera out there and I caught some pretty good video of that. RG also has deer up where he's at. Some nice ones too. Everybody's saying hello. So we had our granddaughter over for the last couple of days. Our grandkids, we give them the opportunity to come over and visit with us, do a sleepover for a couple of nights. We do that typically on their birthday. So they get time with grandma and grandpa, and the idea is that we make it all about them. So they get to eat their favorite foods that grandma cooks. We do what they want to do. Now, Caitlin is 13. She turned 13 a couple of months ago, but we just got around to getting her over here because we've both been busy. So she came over, and grandma cooked her favorite dishes like curry. She loves curry. And Caitlin is into the Japanese, what's that the kids are watching now? The Japanese movies, cartoon movies. She's into that on Netflix. So we had Netflix running for about 2.5 days. And then she really loves going on a motorcycle ride. So she said, Grandpa, I want a motorcycle ride while I'm here. So here is her and I on the motorcycle. So this is a 2003 Honda Goldwing. It's got 134,000 miles on it, still runs good. Very comfortable to ride. It's a good road machine. So I got her hooked up with intercom, and then we had some music to listen to. We went out for about an hour and a half ride early in the morning. So she was pretty happy with that. She loves riding that motorcycle. So I think she had a good time. And then we went to a movie, Mario Brothers movie yesterday. We took her over there. So I think we filled her a couple of days up, and I think she had a good time. So that's something we enjoy doing with all of our grandkids that live locally. And we have 3 of those. So granddaughter number 2 will be coming over here in a few days and spending 2 or 3 days with us. So we'll spoil her and show her a good time too. So that was a lot of fun, and it's nice, it's nice to have time with your grandkids, just one-on-one. Anime, that's right. Thanks, Gracie. She loves that anime. And so she watched that quite a bit over the last couple of days. Another member in the house, CRView. Good morning, good morning. Enjoying the sun-powered air conditioning this morning. So Tim has got some a window unit air conditioner. He's down there with Roy and Becky's travels. They are in Quartzsite, Arizona, and it's starting to get hot down there. And so they have figured out a way to power their window air conditioners with solar. So that's pretty cool. And hopefully Tim will make a video here pretty soon and show us how he did that. Peter Dell is here. Wishes from Australia. Awesome, awesome. Isn't technology cool to be able to talk and see each other? That was just a science fiction fantasy not too many years ago, and here we are. Thanks for being here, Peter. Welcome. D9 is here. Hello, hello. Thank you, Ava, for sending D9 over. Appreciate that. Peter saying hello to everybody. There's Christina from Dyson's Crazy Adventures. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming in. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, RG, you had a Goldwing too, huh? Yeah, they're good bikes, aren't they? Really good bikes. I've had this one many years. and it still runs good. Good to meet you, Peter. Thanks for being here. There's Talca back in the house. Hello, friends. Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well. Scrolling. Everybody's saying hello. My favorite anime, Princess Mononoke. Cool. What time is it over here? It is 8 a.m., so about 8:14 on Monday morning. You're on Tuesday. So, wow, you're up late or very early, Peter. Yeah, there's another lady that I see in the chat quite often. Her name is Janice. She's also from Australia. Pretty cool. Yeah, 8:15 Pacific time right now. So we had a good time with Caitlin, our granddaughter, while she was here, and we enjoyed it very much. I haven't seen Roy yet. He may be sleeping in, Roy and Becky's travels, but want to hold off and show something that he might be interested in. Bad Idea Lab, another member, channel member. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. So our dog Lucas, we have a black lab, and we recently sent him to snake avoidance training. Of course, we took him. So that was interesting for anyone who hasn't seen that. I have a video on my channel where we took him in there. It was down here in Arizona. We have a lot of rattlesnakes, and you don't want your dog or any of your pets to be bitten by them. So we went to the Humane Society, signed up for a rattlesnake avoidance class, and it cost about $125 to get the training done. It takes about 15 minutes or so for your dog to run through the course, and they have about 6 other people that they run through too. So the idea is to get your dog to smell these rattlesnakes, to see them, and to hear them. And so they run them through 3 different snakes, and the snakes are live rattlesnakes, but they have taken a rubber band and they've basically secured their jaw so they can't bite anybody. But they are live rattlesnakes that they have taken out of people's yards. And so the dog is getting what would normally be encountered on your property or in your house. And since we live out here in the rural part of Arizona, we get a lot of rattlesnakes out here. And so we want Lucas, who's, a little over a year and a half old, to be able to recognize that there's a rattlesnake out here in the yard. And he did really well. So I have that video on my channel if you care to watch it. It was pretty interesting, a pretty interesting experience. Ringo is here, Ringo and Zard. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. All right, looks like Roy is awake. I'm half awake, LOL. That's good, Roy. I got something to show you. Yeah, we have some dangerous snakes. Australia, we have the 10 most deadliest snakes in the world. That's what I've heard, yeah. Yeah. The rattlesnake is enough for us, I'll tell you. I did have a dog that was bit some years ago, and it's a very expensive proposition when you have to take him into ER and get him treated for rattlesnake bite. Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning in Australia, huh, Catherine? Oh, Bad Idea Lab says I stepped on one of them. Ew, that's not fun. Did it bite you? Oh, yeah. $80 what you paid, huh, Gracie? So Gracie has a beautiful dog, Jack, that she got snake avoidance trained. $80. You know, that's not bad, actually, Gracie. I have seen, we paid 125, and that was at the Humane Society. Now, supposedly, we can take Lucas back if we want to recheck him later on. They didn't say anything about the cost. Not sure if it cost anything, but yeah, I agree. You can keep the snakes over there, Peter. It did not bite you. That's good. That's good because it's no fun to get bit. So Lucas is trained, and what we do, we have, about an acre, somewhere around an acre fenced in. And in the morning, he wants to play fetch with his ball. And so the first thing we do is we take him out before we start playing and we walk him around the perimeter fence. And we want him to sniff and know if there's a snake in the yard. And of course, that alerts us too. So we walk him around the perimeter. We have a path all the way around along the fence line. And he runs in front of us and he does what dogs do. And then when we get a lap in, then we're pretty confident there's no snake in the yard. Then we get his ball out and we start playing with him. And that's what Oki's out doing right now. She's out with the chucker stick and she's throwing the ball around for him, getting him wore out, which keeps him out of trouble. Everybody's saying hello. Okay, so Gracie says the guy came to Quartzsite from Phoenix. Well, that's good. That sounds like a pretty good business to be in. I mean, you got to handle rattlesnakes, but I'm not sure I'd be wanting to be the one to muzzle them because they put a rubber band around their jaw. I guess you'd have to have some really thick gloves to do that. So anyway, I've got a video on the channel showing what we went through. They had rattlesnakes set up in the grass area where we were at. They had buckets that had a bucket that had no rattlesnake in it, but they had the scent in there because they had a rattlesnake in there previously, and so the scent was there. They had a pretend rattlesnake, a plastic rattlesnake, sitting on the concrete so the dog can see this is what it looks like. And then, in various setups with the rattles taped, with the rattles untaped, and that sort of thing. So it was a pretty comprehensive training. And we're more comfortable. You never can be quite relaxed as far as snakes out here in the desert, but more comfortable now that Lucas knows what they look like, what they smell like, what they sound like. Not a good business for you guys, huh? He had 2 classes that day, about 10 dogs each class. Okay. All right, so the instructor had 2 classes that day, so $80 a piece. That's pretty good, pretty good chunk of money. So 20, 8 times 2. So he made some pretty good money that day. There's Sandy. Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for joining us. We're just talking about rattlesnake avoidance training. down here in Arizona. We had our lab. Lucas just went through it. Ah, okay. So they didn't get to see the snakes, just the smell. Interesting. All right. So the other issue we had now, if Roy's awake, and I know he's not drinking coffee right now, but if he's got his preferred beverage, I wanted to show him what we experienced. I got to get that off of there. Oh, Lily's here. Good morning, Lily. Thanks for joining us. Lily's got some video on her channel of beautiful roses that she's got in her yard. Anyway, here's the snake handler before I jump out of that. So you can see this snake was in the grass, and this lady was one of the handlers. There was another gentleman that was basically, talking everybody through, going through the course, and you can see it's a grassy area. There's Lucas' certificate of completion. Rattlesnake awareness class in Tucson, Arizona, May 23rd. And those two people were the trainers. Very good course, very good course. There's the thumbnail for the video that I did. If you care to watch it, it's pretty interesting. What I wanted to show Roy is we had a dust NATO come through yesterday. We got home, and a tornado is a dust NATO here in the desert, or a dust devil. Got home and one of my solar panels was broken. So I have these sitting on the ground and I rotate them manually. They're on racks. It's at about a 45-degree angle. And one dust NATO came through and flipped them over. And then the corner of one solar panel punched a hole right in the other one. There's the backside view of it. So it looks like we're going to be heading to Santan Solar next week to buy a couple more solar panels. These are used solar panels that we got from Santan Solar, 250-watt panels. About $65 a piece, I think I paid for them. So I'm going to go get a couple more panels. They came off of solar farms. So what happens is when these solar companies retire their panels and replace them, Santan Solar picks them up and then resells them to the public. And they're pretty cheap. They work just fine. They've tested them. They all work well. This one here still puts out a little bit of wattage, about 25 watts, but you can see it's all cracked up. The glass is all shattered. And of course that hole in it doesn't help matters either. So anyway, I guess I will figure out how to dispose of that one and go buy a couple more. All right, back to the chat. Somebody's saying hello to Box Fan D. There she is. Good morning, D. Now, let me get rid of that. Hide that. There I am. Good morning, D. Good to have you. Hope you're doing well. D, I'm wondering if, well, you probably don't have a lot of rattlesnakes that come in. having water right now. But we got our lab, Lucas, just rattlesnake avoidance trained. So I was talking a little bit about that. Everybody's saying good morning to Box Fan D. Nice to have her here. She's one of those rock stars out there. Yeah, that was not good. So, Tim, I know you got a bunch of new panels there, and it looks like the picture I saw, you had them laying almost flat on the ground. But you know how strong those dust devils are, those dust nados. And that was a strong one. We had stuff blown around all over that side of the house. The other side was fine, but it evidently went right through here. And that's what happened. So, yeah, definitely bad luck. Good thing they're cheap. That's right. If that had been a $300 panel, I'd been probably taking better care of it. Catherine saying hello to Dee. Yeah, bad luck on the panel. Good price on replacement. Yeah, so we're going to run up there. We have a new metal roof on the house, so I'm going to figure out. The guy who put the roof on told me these clips, these clamps that you use to secure panels to the roof. So I'm going to buy a box of those and then buy probably 4 panels to put enough on the roof to keep my battery charged. Because I use the battery to run a swamp cooler and keep the house cool off of solar, much like Roy is doing and Tim is doing with their air conditioners. This is a big roll around swamp cooler and it works pretty good. He's just getting up, can only be here a few minutes, need to get things done before. I hear that, D. I hear that. Life in the desert, right, D? You get all your chores done early, and then when it gets hot, you come inside and you watch YouTube. Oh, okay, you saw the video. That's good. I was wondering if you guys had snakes come in where you're at. All right, Peter. Thanks for coming in. Get some good sleep, and we'll see you next time. Oh, buy one, get one free. Nice. Four panels on a flash sale for $25 each. That's pretty good, Tim. Pretty good. All right, so what's the temperature where you're at? Roy's up in Quartzsite, Arizona. 101 today, 103 yesterday. Let's see what we have here. What's the weather here today?
Looks like it will be partly cloudy today.
Looks like we're going to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, you can see it's nice and cool in the mornings, 68 in the mornings, but it doesn't last long. And because it's so dry, it cools off at night, but it really heats up during the day. It's rare to see a snake here in town, but yeah, it is the season for snakes. Yep, sure is. So it's warming up there where Roy is, warming up here where we are, out here in the Ironwood Forest National Monument. We've got these dust nados that come through just about every day because the heat that we experience. And so we have to kind of tie things down and be ready for them. Something else we had going on, Oki has a garden set up, and she planted some zucchini, and every time she'd go out, there was zucchini missing. Sandy says 66 now, high of 77 in southeastern Ohio. What's Ava got? I think Ava said she was going to have a nice day. 67 inside Mariposa in Grants Pass at Schneider Schroeder Park with Gina. Awesome. So Gracie is up there at 023 meetup up in Oregon. That sounds nice. I think that's starting up this week, right? So that should be fun to see the videos on that. Catherine says it's going to be 81 today. It's 70 now in Lakeside, Arizona. That's 81 is about perfect for us. We like to see 81, around 80. That's pretty good temperature. So we had something that was getting into the garden and was eating zucchini. So we decided to put the trail camera in there and see if we could figure out what it was that was eating it. And let me get rid of that comment there, and I'll play the video for you. Check this out. So that little pack rat got in there, and he was ripping those leaves off those plants. And this has been happening for a couple of weeks. So we finally figured out that's what it is. It's a little pack rat that's getting in there. So we got to figure out how to secure it to keep him out of there. But anyway, that's how we figured out the leaves were missing, and he was getting in there eating some of the zucchini buds in there. Crazy. David thought it was going to be a rabbit. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. This is all enclosed, and it's an old chicken coop that we used to keep chickens in. And we put totes in there and do some container gardening. And that little pack rat was climbing in there and munching away. Has been for a while. Looks pretty healthy. Going to Joseph Stewart Park tomorrow. Awesome. This is pre-023 fun this week. Awesome. Yeah, they're cute. They're cute, but you don't want these little burgers get on in your engine compartment because they like to chew wiring up. Yeah, you're right, Sandy. Definitely well fed. He or she's been eating pretty good. So that's something we need to figure out. Oh, okay. You guys have slugs up there. Not enough rain down here to have that problem. Just put some little rattlesnakes in the garden, problem solved. Yeah, that's usually what happens is the rattlesnakes follow the pack rats around. One happy pack rat, right? While I was checking the game camera, trail camera, I'm going to show you what I've got here. This is what it looks like. It's about $100 camera. They're not really expensive, and this one I have set up to take video. It has a little SD card in here that you can take out and download your video and your photos. It runs off of AA batteries. Batteries last a couple months. And so I I generally keep this out by the water hole. So we keep water for the critters out here, and I keep that out by the water hole. And we thought, well, let's put it in the garden, see if we can figure out what's eating the zucchini. But this is a trail camera, about $100. It's WOSODA, Wosoda is the name of it. There's a close-up view of it. There it is. Anyway, that's what we used. And when I was downloading the camera and looking at the images, looks like it's glitching a little bit, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice camera. It works pretty well. While I was downloading the photos of the pack rat, I would look through the rest of the video that we had and found this. Yeah, they're pretty cool. You don't see them until it gets dry like this. So we had some pretty good rain over the winter. They stay out in the desert in that area behind me, and they can pick up water quite a few places, including what the Arizona Game and Fish has set up for them. For example, up there on that mountain behind me, which is Ragged Top Mountain, Game and Fish has set up a water catchment area for all the critters that live out there. And they can go up there and get water too. There's about half a dozen places around down here in this area where they can come in for water. But it's fun to see the deer come in. Yes, it does work good for you can get a game camera, trail camera, and you can use it as a security camera. Now, the more expensive ones they have Wi-Fi capability where you can watch them and download them from your phone. I haven't bought them. I don't know how good they work. This is just a basic $100 camera, but we've used it for a security camera. If we're gone on vacation or something, we'll set it up in the front yard, and it works pretty good. All right, what else is going on? Oh, you have a Ring camera. Yeah, a lot of folks have those. Now, Lily, is that on your front door? Like I've seen a lot of Ring camera videos from people's doors, like a doorbell type camera. It would especially be good if you've got somebody stealing stuff. That's not good. Not good at all. All right, if Ava's still here, I've got something for her. She likes these pond videos. We thought about putting a Ring doorbell camera on Honey eventually. Yeah, I don't know what they run off of for voltage, but that would be a good idea. It's on the building close to my window, picks up the vehicles on my doorstep. That's good. And it's a shame, we have to be that way now, huh? We've got to have security cameras up. Let's see. Hopefully, Ava's still in the chat. I want to run this little pond short video for her. She likes these. Another one. Yeah, there was a question in there. Is that outside? It is outside. Koi pond's outside. So when we bought this property, one of my first projects was I always wanted a pond. We had one at our old house, one of those plastic drop-ins, and we had some fish in there, and we had a koi at that time, which we brought over to this place. And so I decided I wanted something more permanent. And so one of our neighbors was hauling these big boulders for a rock wall he was building. And so helping him, we brought some rock home, and I concreted the bottom and then stacked rock around the outside of it and then filled it with water. I built a little waterfall to aerate the water, and it's worked pretty good, and it's been running now about 20 years. But it is outside. Small Town Tourist is here. Good morning from Coos Bay, Oregon. Another good channel to check out. He does a lot of traveling and does these short 1-minute videos of where he's going. So be sure to check him out. Gracie's taken off. Have a fabulous week, Gracie, and have fun at the meetup. Looking forward to seeing everybody's videos. So talking about the security cameras, Lily had somebody broke into her Jeep, busted the back window, and so she had to get a security camera so she could keep an eye on it. It's too bad that we're to that point, but I guess that's the world we live in now. There's Fairy Dust, Bernay. Good morning, good morning. Coos Bay is beautiful. Never been up there. We went to Bend, Oregon one time to visit some neighbor friends that spend the summer up there, and that was pretty nice up there. We were there in August, and we got up that red motorcycle that I showed you earlier. We got up August 1st that morning, and there was a light dusting of snow on the motorcycle. So that was a little shocking. You're lurking. That's good. That's good. Glad you're here, Bernay. Ooh, excellent seafood last night. Now we're on our way to the Redwoods. Cool. Sounds like a great adventure, small town tourists. Very cool. Yeah, we do have to haul water, Sandy. This time of year, as it dries out, our well starts sucking air, as I call it. The water level drops. It doesn't produce as much water. And so we have an account with Marana Water, and we can actually haul water from their standpipe, which is, if you think of those big water trucks that go up and they dump water into their tanks in the back, we have an account, and we can pick up water that way. I have a couple of totes, 275-gallon totes, and we go up there and we grab water, and we can keep the trees watered until the monsoon rains come. So we do have to haul water usually during the month of June and part of July. Once we start getting the monsoon rains in, then we don't have to haul water after that. We are going to have the well guy come by. Nelson Drilling is a local guy that very knowledgeable well driller and maintenance guy. We're going to have him come by and talk to us about if he can improve the water output on the well. So the well's 400 feet deep. When we had it drilled, we were getting about 1,500 to 1,800 gallons a day out of it. And now we're only able to get about 600 gallons. So there's something going on down there. I don't know if it's filling in with silt, or we've had the motor replaced once, and that didn't change anything. But it's a metal casing that runs down through there, and they cut slots in the metal casing. So I'm wondering if there's rust scaling that maybe is blocking the water coming in. It hasn't stopped it completely, but it definitely has slowed it down. So we're going to talk with the well guy, see if there's a way to run something down there to remove the scale, the rust scale. Not sure, but we'll see. He's going to be here in a couple of days, I think on the 6th or the 8th. I think the 8th of June he's going to come by. I have to check my notes, but Lily's going out for a walk. So, yeah, I think Ava's doing the challenge this month of get out and exercise and walk. So, Lily, you have a great walk. Oh, you guys live up in the rainforest. You probably have plenty of rain, huh? What, gray? You don't have gray hair, do you, Brene? Oh. All right, Brene, thanks for popping in. You have a great day. I know you're going to have fun this week and next weekend. Yeah, 400 feet deep. They actually drilled to 600 feet, Steve, but there was no water below 400 feet, so there wasn't any reason to case the well that deep. So they cased it down to 400 feet, and that's what we got. And Tamrata TV is here. Good morning, good morning. Wish I could visit Arizona on a holiday even for a few weeks. The weather is the same as my town in Indonesia. Wow, very cool. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Welcome. Roy says they hit water at 35 feet back in Indiana. I believe it. Water table, when they drilled the well back in 2005, they hit water. First water they hit it was at 95 feet, and that was in March when they drilled the well. That's after the summer rains, and so that was high, and they said the 90-foot water level was what they considered surface water. So when we get rain out here, it soaks into the ground. That's where it was coming into the well at 95 feet. The next water that they hit was well below 100 feet, and then not much below that. So, I mean, you take what you can get when you drill a well, and you spend, back then it was 25 grand to have a well drilled to 350 feet. And we went to 400. The well driller actually said, well, let's try to go to 500, because I think if we hit water, you'll be in better shape. So I said, okay, we can go to 500. And he said, well, I'm here. I'll go ahead and go to 600 on my dime. We'll see what's below there, if there's anything. And if we hit water again, then we can talk about it. He didn't hit water again. So they cased it, like I said, to 400 feet. And that's what we ended up with. You might have hit oil at 600 feet. He definitely said, if you get down to 900 in this area, 900 to 1,000 feet, pretty much a guarantee that you're going to hit water. But boy, oh boy, that's expensive. Very expensive to drill that deep. So anyway, hopefully when the well guy comes over, Felipe is his name. He comes over, he'll be able to give us some ideas. It's going to cost us a couple thousand to have him do this, but we'll find out. He was able to help one well to the south of us. One of our neighbors had him come over and work on theirs, and they improved theirs significantly. They don't have a gauge on it, so they couldn't tell me how many gallons they're pumping, just that the tanks are full now, where they weren't before. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, wish us luck. That'll be this week's little project. You see what else I have to share with you. I think that takes care of all my notes, what I had listed here to talk about. Let me see if I have a video to share with you to get us the next couple of minutes. Oh yeah, we're working on our Ironwood meetup coming up early next year. This was our campsite last year.
I'm so high, so high. They told me to sit back, don't make a sound, don't go to the unknown, but I'm too curious for that.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for spending an hour with me this morning on this beautiful Monday. Hope you have a great day and a great week. I know we're going to be doing some odds and ends things around here, so we will want to run my exit video here, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.